Council President Pro Tem Jasmine Deloach.
Here.
Council President Glenn Williams.
Here. We're moving to a public hearing. The public hearing is now open for comments for or against the resolution. Please up to the podium if you're paying a call. You got resolution number 2026. Resolution number 2026-8, 1637 6th Street Northwest.
Demolition here.
That's Greta. Okay. The public hearing is closed. We have a resolution 2026-9. Please step to the podium. The address is 2644 5th Street Northwest, Northeast. 2644 5th Street Northeast.
Demolition
Is an extension of the demolition. Not in. Public hearing is now closed at location. Go to 2026-10. Abandonment of a nuisance property.
Demolition here. Demolition here.
Okay, demolition hearings, 2704 6th Street Northwest.
There ain't the speakers.
That hearing is closed.
Yeah.
We got a resolution 2026-11, ordinance of abandoned in public nuisance property.
Order.
If you hear,
What property, sir?
At the least. You got it.
We have ordering and abatement of public nuisances. I'll read some addresses off of the list that we have. If you have a comment concerning any of these properties, please feel free to step up to the microphone. The first address is 2636 3rd Street Northwest. The next one's 2629 3rd Street Northwest. 1716 1st Street Northwest. 1708 3rd Street Northwest. 300 18th Avenue Northwest. 2119th Avenue Northwest. 1719th Avenue Northwest. 416 16th Avenue Northwest. 1612 4th Way Northwest. 1636 5th Way Northwest. 1632 5th Way Northwest. 512 Cary Drive. 1704 Serene Drive. 1625 1st Street Northeast. 324 34th Avenue Northeast. You can come up.
I'm not used to your proceedings. I apologize for that. So since we're here to order abatement, I do not live at that address. My mother lives next to it. We just want to confirm that you are going to order abatement of 324 34th Avenue Northeast.
Yes.
So do you need to hear anything about that?
If you have anything in particular you want to say, I think right now we have on the list that it's trash and a tent on that property.
Trash.
So-
There's a trash, there's a tent, there's a shed on the street
Mhm.
inside the property line.
I know the shed is under review by our inspections. So once this passes, we will have a crew come over to clean that property.
And how long will that be? Do you have any
Uh,
idea?
After tonight, probably in the next couple of weeks.
What about the shed?
The shed, I think they said they were gonna order it. Michael, can you come up and? Michael Campbell's with our inspections department.
I mean, this property's been a nuisance for quite some time. I'm just, if I have to come here to talk about it, we might as well talk about it. So
Yes, I'm Michael. I'm the inspection superintendent here,
what's your last name?
Campbell,
Campbell, nice to meet
Michael
you.
Campbell. So that address, I went by today and then 2 days ago. I had somebody reach out to me from that address. They didn't give me their name, but they said they were cleaning it up currently. And I went by there today. The tent is gone. The trash is all gone,
Not all gone.
but they're
It's better.
they're
It's
better.
better.
They've cleaned up some of it. And then they assured me that the shed in the front yard was going to be moved in the next 2 to 3 days. So I'm keeping an eye on that to see if they do that. But I did leave my contact information and they have reached out to me and said they're working on it.
So my question to reach out is, we haven't seen, or my mother has not seen the owner of the property in a few months. So when I was there with the county, knocked on the door, nobody came, but to hear somebody. Welfare check on Mr. McLemore would be fantastic. I know you got, I hate to say it, you got a guy in there, if it's his son, the junior, you got a ex-con, whatever you want to call him. I don't know if he's a felon or not, but he's been to prison, and that's okay, because everybody's got to have a new start. But he's got his buddy, the sex offender, living in the front yard, 1,300 feet from a daycare. All these are problems. I've talked to the county since they're here tonight about the sex offender. I've gotten nowhere on that. I know that's not your purview, but it's definitely the county's purview. And I don't care if he was there before. The daycare was there. It's not a 501c3. Nobody checked to make sure that guy is not close to children. You got families that are scared to go outside. These cats are not, well, they may be normal, but they're not normal like we think they are. Larry's been living in that house close to 60 years. I'm 57. So she keeps her yard up. She has pretty good pride about where she lives. These folks have been asked to take care of the property on their side to keep it from the nuisance coming into her yard, tearing up her fence. We've got no resolution on that. Renee has left complaints with the city. Nobody ever got back with her. Heard it was closed in 2024, but nobody ever heard it. We never heard it.
Okay.
Nobody got back. So the abatement of the property is what we would like. I would like to make sure Mr. McLemore Sr. is good. Nobody's seen him. And whoever's calling is not the owner of the property.
And they wouldn't give me their name either. And I've made on two separate times to contact. You knock on the door, dogs bark, nobody comes to the door. You can tell there's people there.
And if it's a welfare check,
I can't.
y'all have the
get
ability to go in and see what's going on. The inspector can go in the house.
Okay. Typically, that's the sheriff's department
But I've talked to
item for the
sheriff.
county. So we'll collaborate to see what we're allowed to do as far as entering that property. Typically, we are not allowed to enter anybody's property. The front yard, based on what we can see, is,
Your ordinance says differently.
we can talk after. I'll give you a card and we can sit down and talk.
Well, I'm just saying, like, how do we find out if things are moving along? I mean, the abatement, of course, we'd like.
I'll give you a
forward.
card. You're welcome to call me. I'll give you my number, so you're welcome to call me, or I can call you to follow up on it.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your name again? What's your name again? Attorney Joanne Higginbotham.
All right. Okay. Anybody else have comment on that particular property? Okay. We'll continue on the list. Oh,
Can you step?
I stay at 1412 Third Place Northwest. I ain't here to get called yet. I don't know if it's on the list.
1412.
Yeah.
I haven't called that yet, so if you'll
So sit
stand,
down.
stand right there, yeah. I don't see a 1412. Okay. It doesn't appear that we have a 1412 on tonight's abatement, but if you want to step right over here, I'll give you one of my cards and we can talk about that.
Okay.
So I can direct you on that. Just give me 1 second. So we'll pick back up on the list. 2245, and I'm going to speed through these. I don't know if anybody else is actually here to speak on an abatement, so I'll speed these up just a little bit so we can move forward. 2245, 7th Street Northeast. 2240, 7th Street Northeast. 708, 22nd Terrace Northeast. 1905, 1st Street Northeast. 2313, 3rd Street Northeast. 1621, 4th Place Northwest. 1653, 3rd Place Northwest. 2229, 3rd Street Northwest. 2517, 2nd Place Northwest. 125, 26th Avenue Northwest. 301, 20th Avenue Northwest. 2339, 4th Street Northwest. 8, 27th Avenue Northwest. 300, 14th Court Northwest. 401, 14th Avenue Northwest. 1629, 5th Street Northwest. 1636, 3rd Place Northwest. 124, 14th Avenue Northwest. 1736, 6th Street Northwest. 1657, 4th Place Northwest. 2801, 4th Place Northwest. 321, 28th Avenue Northwest. 524, 23rd Avenue Northwest. I'm sorry, Northeast. 524, 23rd Avenue Northeast. 704, 27th Avenue Northeast. 2614, 4th Place Northeast. 1720, 2nd Street Northeast. 125, Hollywood Road Northeast. 1633, 2nd Street Northeast. 412, 20th Court Northeast. 2245, 6th Street Northeast. 428, 19th Terrace Northeast. 1608, Old Springville Road. 1612, Bobolink Lane Northeast. 1721, Bobolink Lane Northeast. 1617, 1st Street Northeast. 300, Argonne Drive Northeast. 401, 20th Avenue Northeast. And 348, 20th Avenue Northeast.
Article number 26, article number 2026-1, appointment and supervising procedure of a police chief.
So, yeah.
We can't hear back here.
Hello? Is your mic up? Can y'all hear now? Okay, speak into the mic. Say it again.
It's a public, that's, I'm gonna go back to that.
Public.
Article 2026 that,
Your mic on.
ordinance 20, is good now? Ordinance 2026-1, appointment and supervisor procedure for a police chief.
Is there anyone here to speak? Right?
This is a public comment of this portion of the public hearing, so if you have anything that you want to say regarding this particular ordinance.
When she get done, you come up.
Good evening. My name is Tiffany Moore and I stay on 25th Court Northwest. I believe that's District 1.
Mhm.
I'm coming to you all to speak in opposition of the resolution ordinance 2026-1. My main concern is I haven't seen anything posted where there has been any proposal for a police department. So is there any new proposal that has been presented at council meeting to residents?
Can I say something? I want to say I presented this ordinance, the ordinance, not the, but I presented the ordinance. I'm Jasmine Deloach and I'm District 1 representative, and I presented the ordinance just in case we get a police department, just so we can have some say in doing this
Okay,
for the council.
okay, so,
And can I just-
no, I would like the floor back to
Okay.
just finish mine, if you don't mind. So now that that's been established, we are seeming to me putting the cart before the horse. We don't have a proposal, we don't have a plan. Nothing has been presented to the residents of this city who will foot the tax bill for a police department. I'm not for or against a police department, but what I am for or against is not allowing the mayor to do the job that he was elected to do. I did a little bit of research before tonight's meeting, and most of the municipalities around us, their mayor appoints the police chief along with the approval from the council. And I looked at cities compared to the size of our population in Centerpoint, where you're looking at, I guess, like Hueytown, Irondale. Then I even looked at larger cities like Birmingham. And as far as they pick their police. So I'm just trying to figure out, with the exception of Councilman Williams that served last term, all of you all are new. You all were just sworn in November. And I feel like this is a major decision to just be making after just being sworn in. So that's a cause of concern for me, as far as that. Mayor Scott has not only served as mayor, he's in his second term, he's also served as city council person. You all are part-time, your positions are part-time. He is full-time staff. So I just don't think it would be a good idea for some people, for you all to be part-time, to take that power away from the mayor who oversees personnel. To me, that's a concern, because then we have to get into, would it create friction between who you may hire. Another concern that I have, Councilman Williams served as public safety chair last term. We never had a resolution that he brought forth to even discuss public safety or a plan for that. So I would just charge you all, before you make this decision, to go back as a council to come up with some kind of proposal to present to the city as it relates to what it is that you're trying to do.
Thank you.
Because I don't know if you've even gave the mayor opportunity to even show what he can do, because you all were just elected.
Yeah.
It's just hard for me to just fathom that that rapport has already been established in such a short period of time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, can I
Now,
say
let
something?
me say something about this. Let me say something about this. The mayor is a great person. I know this. I work with him. But let me say this. When you all was on city council, everything that we bring up, he already had his 3 votes on it. Now, there's different councils that's here now. They vote differently. They do things differently. So we had your time to talk.
And
You had your time to
I
talk.
just want to say this really quickly.
I want to,
That was the last time, Mr. Williams, and I did not do anything that was not of my due diligence.
okay.
If I voted, it's because I voted for what I thought was best for residents. I don't get into a matter of personalities. It's
Okay.
about what's right for the city,
You was
not what's right for
you was not
individuals.
doing what's right for the city.
What's right for the city, Mr.
That's why you
Williams.
choose not to come and run again. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So, but what you're doing now is getting into a matter of personalities, and that is not why I'm here. Again, I just ask you all to consider your residents when you're actually making your decisions. Have a good evening.
I want to respond back to that. I did consider the residents when I ran for office. I talked to a lot of residents in my district, and they told me they was looking forward to a police department. But let me make this clear. I presented this ordinance so when it was time for us to get a police department, we would have some say-so in getting a police department and that police chief who was elected. I think everybody should be having a say-so in the police chief getting elected, not just one individual. Two, I did not put it on the personnel board, so the mayor is in favor of it as well because he throwed it on the personnel board. So, I mean, if he put it on the personnel board saying he's looking for a police chief, it don't look like we against the mayor. It look like we with the mayor because he throwed it on the personnel board. So I'm standing up because I'm the one that presented it, and I'm gonna stand on what I say, and I'm not gonna change my decision. You know, I talked to the citizens when all of us ran. We asked the citizens when all of us ran. We asked the citizens to tell us what they wanted, and most of all, it was public safety. That's my issue. Everybody talked about public safety, but it seems to me that when we get in office, we have amnesia of what we promised the citizens. And I'm not going to promise no citizens nothing that I'm not going to give them. That's why I work diligently on my list that I promised them to do. I might not can do all of it because everybody's not for everything. I got to ask the council to do it. But I think all of us should have a say-so in it.
Councilman Whitaker, I mean, say any other, you can come step to the podium.
Good evening, council, mayor, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I served on the city council for 18 years. We looked into forming a police department. The cost is absolutely prohibitive. There was the last council did have a formal study done, and it come back and said it is absolutely prohibitive. Now, these fine men and women back here that you have a contract with Jefferson County, I think are doing a superb job. I think if you look at the statistics, the crime in the city of Center Point has gone down. I would absolutely pray that y'all would not bankrupt the city with trying to create a police department. You might get a grant for starting up the initial, to cover the initial cost of it. But after that, the cost is absolutely horrendous. Yeah, a lot of these small cities have a police department. They have one or two people, but look what we have. How many do we have under contract now with the Jefferson County? We have 4 under contract. Plus, we have a substation in this city. If we have an issue, they're on it on the spot. I've had occasion to have to call 911 over the last few years a couple of times. They're there on the spot. You don't have to wait 30 minutes or so. So I would just ask that you consider the real effects of trying to install a police department. I think the sheriff's department and their men are doing men and women are doing a tremendous job, and I just ask you just to really reconsider it.
Okay, thank you. We are not, at any means, we are not starting a police department now, any means. We just getting a chief of police.
Is this
to-
not a precursor to the police department?
Are we getting a chief of police? We don't have the money to afford a police department. We does not.
But this isn't a predecessor to
So he's gonna
trying
work,
to create a police department down the road.
the chief of police will work with Jefferson County. And
What
just,
is that different? How would the chief of police be different from what we have now?
because what we have now is we just have a director of public safety, which you know because you was in Parliament House.
Sure.
The chief will have more working with Jefferson County, with Sheriff Patway and everything. The chief will work with him and work on things that we need in the city to make this work. And in the future, as we have enough money, which we talking about way down the line, because we don't have finance now. We losing business, we losing things to stuff in the city. Like I said before, my house, just like your house, I called 911. I'm a counsel just like you, counsel. I called 911. It took 45 minutes for a call to get to my house, and my house got broken into. I can't speak for everybody, but I know the same thing that happened to my councils over here, how long it takes for a police to respond. That's unacceptable. Now we gonna get a chief that's gonna work with Jefferson County, the sheriff, to make things work better as what avenue we have to take to make things better for the city.
You haven't convinced me.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Yes,
Go ahead.
ma'am.
We are new council people. The people elected new people, and they wanted new people in to do something different than what was done before. I'm here to say that once again, I want to make this clear and for the record that I propose this. So when we get a police department, we all have a say in it.
There we go.
And
This is
And we wasn't the one-
precursor to a police
we
department.
wasn't the one that put it on the personnel board. You have to ask the mayor about that. I just wanted, when we had time to get one, I wanted basically that we had some say in that. That's why I was creating that ordinance. But on top of that, even if we do get one, if we get the funds or we don't have the funds, because it seems like we got a lot of funds everywhere. You know, we don't know about all the funds. It's a new business. I mean, it's a new set of council people. Everybody might not agree, but once again, I'm making it clear that I put it on there.
And
Just
when
so
you
when we
When
get
you get a
one,
police
we will
department,
have a say so. But you have to talk to the mayor about him putting it on the personnel board.
Mayor Scott, is it your intention to implement a police department for the city of Center Point?
Okay. What I'll do is I'll clear up exactly what this, what's from the ordinance. I think we've kind of, I think we're kind of off course on what the actual ordinance is. So at some point, yes, the city would like to branch out into its own police department. We've known that finances in the past cannot accommodate that right now. So what Mr. Williams proposed is we bring in a chief, we allow him to put all the necessary pieces in place as we build that piece out very carefully. One of the things I've always wanted to do was make sure that we are not putting ourselves in any kind of financial strain, because we all know that police departments don't make money. They will be a drain on the city's
Costs a
finances.
lot
So
of money.
until we can support a full-fledged police department, we want to slowly build that out. What's very important to me is continuing our relationship with the county and continuing to make it so that whatever we do, it works for our residents. I want to make sure that our calls are being answered, that our people are being taken care of in a reasonable manner. What this particular ordinance does is takes the power from the mayor to hire or release that chief. Typically, that is as the mayor of the city, I am the appointing authority. I make all the decisions when it comes to hiring personnel.
Right.
This ordinance takes that power from my hands and gives it to the council. So the council could hire anybody they felt like, whether or not our relationship was good. We've seen that happen in Tarrant, where nothing, it literally caused an issue for 4 years. What we don't want is leaders of a city to bog down the city without progress because of personal issues. So what I did have the council do, what I told them that we would do, would be create an advisory committee to where they could also vet whoever we decided, whatever 3 candidates we had, the council would have the ability to sit down. We would have residents on that committee to kind of talk us through on who they think would be the best option would be. At the end of the day, I still have appointing authority to select a chief. This ordinance takes that power away from me as the mayor, and that's not typical for any city in the state of Alabama. We are personnel board. We are personnel board city. We do hire under the rules of the personnel board, and that personnel board gives me that authority. So that's what this is about. It's not necessarily when we'll start a police department, when we'll get the chief hired. It's about me not being able to make that
This is
decision.
a precursor. This is
Let me say one thing.
this is a necessary step in order to implement a police department. How do you intend to fund it?
That is as we said, we
Okay.
want to make sure we
Let me-
we have the revenue available and we make that decision as best we can.
Without raising taxes in Center Point?
That is all still to be discussed. So that's what we're saying. That's on the table. How we're gonna fund it, how we're gonna finance it. As long as we're not putting the city in financial jeopardy, we will move forward. If there's any indication that this is something that we cannot do, like you said, we had a study done before, at the amount of officers that study will require, based on what our finances were, no, we are literally not even 50% close to what funding that looks like. So no, this is not something that'll happen next year. This will take a lot of careful planning. And that's why it's taken such a long time to even get to this point, because our finances are literally meeting where the rubber meets the
I
road
know,
kind of.
I've
So
dealt with it.
yeah,
I
so
know.
we're making sure that I don't want to put the city in any financial jeopardy.
Well,
and I-
I would hope and pray that you don't.
Let me
I
say this-
hope
let
you
me say
don't
this, Mr.
raise taxes just to fund.
Let me say this, President Barlow, let me say this. Our attorney over there drafted the ordinance, so he can say more about the ordinance that he wrote up. Because we don't want to, like I said, we don't want to take that control from the mayor. But we want to be part of that the hiring process.
I think you could solve the problem if you would meet with the chief that works out here. President Williams, you said they took 45 minutes to come to your house.
They took a long time to come to mine too.
Do you have I'm sorry? Well, ma'am, I'm addressing council and well, everybody has an opinion about it. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
I've expressed my views and I appreciate y'all listening. I know I went over for 3 minutes. Thank you, and I'm sorry.
Thank you. You
I
okay?
Thank
would
you so
pray
much.
that you will
I
table
would like
that.
to get the attorney now to explain the ordinance that we have written up.
Good evening. It's just as the mayor stated that way the ordinance is currently drafted, and obviously that's why they're having a public hearing, is up for consideration, that it will, while as the mayor stated, the personnel board, the hire must come from people that are qualified under the personnel board, and there's a sense of qualifications before they can be placed as on the personnel board for eligibility of hire. Needless to say, this ordinance will address the fact of who will ultimately make the decision and take that appointed authority that the mayor currently has and grant that authority to the city council. And that will be done by a majority of the vote as is currently in the packet as currently drafted.
Is it legal to do it?
Thank you.
For the record, is it legal to do it?
I would draft it if the state law didn't authorize it.
Anybody else concerning the public hearing for the police department? And again, it's not a police department. We're just trying to hire a cheaper police to get involved.
But later on, we are gonna get a police department.
You can step up here, ma'am.
I think there's a way, maybe as citizens, why can't everybody get together and try to find a way to fund a police department? We need a police department.
We need a police department, true enough, but nobody don't want their tax increases, because I know I don't want my tax increases.
I don't want my tax increased either. But I
But
think there's a way that
that's why
the
we-
citizens out here need to find a way that we can help get a police department out here.
That's why
It's bad out here. It's not a little bit bad. It's real bad. I've lived out here a lot, many years, and I've never seen it get this bad in my life. It's not just me speaking. I'm speaking for a lot of people. And we need it. There's people like these people that we call, some of these cells are overworked, and you might have 4 out here. How's it going forward to get to 100?
It's only
That- Pardon me?
two
There's 2 out here?
2 in the day and 2 in the night. Am I correct?
Well, how's that gonna handle
Well, we
all this
need to
business
hire
going around here?
until then, my suggestion is that we hire more deputies
I
from the
agree.
sheriff's office until we can get what we need.
Exactly.
But I'm putting this in place, and
Well, I think you're right. We need more deputies.
yes,
I
ma'am.
mean, it's a disaster out here.
Can I make a comment or make a comment to the, what's your name again, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Miss Sandra Bryan, and then the other individual that was up speaking, Mr. President. Okay, nice to meet you. I wanted to make a comment about the ordinance, because I know you all are talking about a police department, right? That's what everybody's speaking on. But what we are bringing to the floor is about the ordinance concerning the powers, concerning the authority and the power that the mayor has, okay, to choose the candidate. Yes, so I want to just set the, are you here to speak about that?
Just a moment.
Okay, go ahead.
I think the whole decision right here, I think the whole discussion needs to come to an end. We have not been informed about, our general public has not been informed about what it would take for a police department. We understand that you're looking at a police chief. Has this been completely gone through the Jefferson County that they are in accord with this? They will work with this police chief. But I think we need to stand back a minute and realize what it costs to do a police department. Yes, you have to have policemen. You have to have a lawyer. You have to have a judge. You have to have a jail. You have to have cars. You've got to have insurance. You've got to pay these people's insurance. It costs millions, not thousands. And we in Center Point do not have that kind of money. Face it, we don't have that kind of money. Don't put us in a place where we have to park the cars like the other municipalities have. That's embarrassment. We're here. We're nice people. We want to be respectable, and we want Jefferson County to look upon us as good people. People with a future. I'm not speaking for somebody that fell off of a turnip truck. My husband was the chairman of the committee that started Center Point. And it's time that we get together and understand what we're here for. We're here for the people. It's not that we don't say that we don't need a police department. It's we're here to say that we can't afford a police department. Just be truthful.
We cannot.
And then let's work toward being able to support a police department. But it's going to take everybody working together.
That's
Let me
said
tell you something.
together.
12 people started this. We never had over $300 in our treasurer, and we incorporated the city of Center Point. If that can be done, anything can be done.
That's correct.
But we've got to realize the cost. Realize the dollar mark. Depend on Jefferson County. They've done an exceptional job for us.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Once again, I created the ordinance. So when we got where we need to be to hire a police chief, you said it takes everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. Make sure everybody's included in that. Making sure everybody have a say in that. It takes everybody to work together to get it done, right? I'm not saying do it right now. All I was saying was when it's time, is the ordinance will be in place to get it done.
Okay. But
And you got to understand this. Once again, I think you need to talk to the mayor because he put it on the personnel board.
I'm not here for that. That's not my problem. I'm trying to say we need to inform our people of what it costs to put this together.
That's why we not starting a brought out police department.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why
But-
we starting something small.
But most of our people, when you say police department, they see a police car and a policeman, and that's all.
Just like us right now, we have 3 police cars in the back, 3 police call units in the back. Have you ever seen them around? Have you ever seen them ride around? We want to get them cars marked. And they can ride around, they can see things, they can tell what's going on, and we can have that visual. But we're still not starting a police department yet.
But I think that our people need to understand the cost. And the general public does not understand that it takes all of that to have a police
That's
department.
correct.
Mrs. Henderson, may I ask you a question? It's nice to meet you. I found out from him who you are. You said
But
Miss Henderson.
But I just want you to
Lord.
understand that we know the need, but we realize also, I hope we realize that the money is not here at this point in time.
Give me your name again, Miss
I agree.
Chapman. Okay, Miss Chapman. It's nice to meet you. I do agree with what you're saying, but I want us to just be clear because Pro Tem Deloach is, passionate about what she's saying, and I want to make sure everybody can really understand. We're not starting a police department right now. Okay, number one, clear it out.
Yeah.
We're not.
Well, I think that needs to,
It's
be
concrete.
understood.
I want everybody to understand, we are not starting a police department. We are not here to discuss starting a police department. The public hearing was not formed or created to discuss forming a police department. We don't have, in my opinion, I'm the chair over the finance, the sustainability to be able to sustain it right now at this time. Okay, right now, starting one, like where would they work? What building would they work out of? The pipeline for the employees, the health insurance, all of these things, a jail cell. We don't have enough at this time to sustain it long term. So that takes us coming together, reaching out, collaborating, partnering with leaders throughout the community who have rational thinking, who lead, who can think logically and not with their emotions, to make sure we're looking at the numbers and looking at what we do have in the account, in the dimensions account, to make sure that we can sustain this thing long term. But we are not here to discuss it's not on the table
Well,
to start it. We're working towards it. It's a goal. It's a long-term goal, but we have to be wise and financially responsible as we work towards that goal.
That's
that
the
make
only thing
sense?
we ask.
Okay.
But I think our people need to be informed of what it took to have a police department.
Okay.
It's not only just a policeman.
Okay, let's,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I'm Donna Crago. I'm the authority on crime prevention since 1983. Okay, let me get you right. You put me on for 2 minutes. Okay, you'll be less than that. Okay. I know what's going on in Center Point. You're going to get a police department, period. There's such things as grants. You all think it's just coming out of your tax money. It doesn't work like that. With me being getting the awards since 1983 in the city of Birmingham for 8 straight years of crime prevention. Yes, I know for a fact, Deloach knows, I'm going to be the chosen one that is going to meet with the businesses 1 hour every month. I'm also going to be meeting with the residents 1 hour every month. And it's either going to be starting next month or the following month. Yes, you're going to have a start. You've got to have a chief of police, okay? There is money that is going in. It is not going to make the city of Center Point broke. Get it through your heads. You want something right now? Okay, you have to build it. There will be 15 police officers in the city of Center Point. I know what the plan is. You're talking to the person that knows it. Yes, I am bringing the residents together. Back again. I'm going to be the chairwoman of the neighborhood block watch for the entire city of Center Point. If I can make for 8 straight years Northeast Lake, that is the worst neighborhood. I was over 19,000 homes, and that was 100% crime free for 8 years in Birmingham, Alabama, over by the airport. And I can easily do it at Center Point. You just, I'm willing to get started. My 2 minutes is up. And
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your,
Thank you.
thank you for the
Thank you.
time.
Thank you.
Got Mr. Mayor Henderson.
Tom Henderson. I want to get back to the subject. Being mayor, I have a different perspective on who should appoint the police chief. And if you take the authority away from
Ms.
the
Dr.
mayor
Craig,
to, pres-
carry on. She went over talking you.
okay. If you take the authority of the appointing authority away from the mayor, who is going to supervise the police chief on a day-to-day basis? That's his job,
That's his job.
to supervise people. But if the police chief is hired by you, his idea is going to be, if he has a run-in with the mayor, he's coming back to you. Or if the mayor suggests that he be released, then you've got a problem, just like Tarrant had. And they were in court for quite a few years over that very subject of taking the authority away from the mayor. So my suggestion is that you do not take that authority away from the mayor to appoint. He has got a plan to include you in the discussion of hiring the police chief, and I think that's the way you ought to go. Thank you.
I agree with you.
Good job.
Any other person want to speak concerning this?
My name is Felton Jackson. Y'all done got me so confused sitting back there. My question is this. Y'all want to hire a chief, right? He'll be over 4 people. Who will he be over?
Right now, he'll be over 2 people.
You have to ask the mayor that he put it on the
Hold on,
personnel
now, y'all say
board.
y'all have 4 people, 4 deputies that work for the city, right? Is this what y'all said?
Can you speak to that, Mayor? What does that mean when she says you put it on the personnel board? Can you clear that for me?
That
I ain't
means,
worried about that.
that means we just requested a list from the personnel board to hire a chief. That's all that means.
No, I'm saying, y'all said there are 4 police officers.
There are 4 deputies
4 deputies.
that
He-
we contract.
He will supervise those 4 deputies?
No,
No.
no.
it's not.
Jefferson
That's
County
Jefferson County.
supervises Jefferson County. Sheriff is right there. We'll allow him to come up in a second, but by contract, those deputies,
What is the need for a police chief then if he's doing that? That's got me messed up there now. I don't understand that.
Now, what it is, we are trying to create our own.
I understand that.
And
Yeah.
he's, that chief, gonna work with Jefferson County, and also he's gonna be, the mayor gonna oversee him. But he's gonna work with the Jefferson County Sheriff Department also. If we need, then he can talk with him and talk back.
Don't he supposed to be doing that? No?
Yes, he does some of that work, He does.
He's hired by the city. That's his job.
But if you have a chief, that chief can take that job, just like
Well,
he
that's
hired,
spending
he
more
hired by
money.
the city to, he hired by the city. Do he get out here and cut grass and stuff? No, he got people to cut the grass. He got people to go pick
Come
up
on, now,
stuff.
be logical, man. Be logical.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Can I make this clear again? I'm gonna say it again for the record, but third and fourth time. I presented the ordinance. So when it became time to hire the police chief, this ain't working. Hello? Yes. So when it became time to hire a police chief, we had some say in it. I don't know when that time gonna come, but I'm also gonna ask for more deputies from the sheriff's office if we can't get the ones that are already here in the public safety department to work for us in the communities with the people. Once again, I did not put that on the personnel board. You have to talk to the mayor. The mayor placed it on the personnel board for a chief. So maybe he should give y'all a clear understanding on what he's looking for.
Is there anybody else out concerning this police on a public hearing? Let's move on with this approval. We're gonna close the hearing for resolution 2026-11. We're gonna move on to, you gotta say something? 2026-1. I'm sorry. We're gonna move in. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
I would like to make a motion to add presentation to the agenda under item J, under presentations.
Well,
Finish
I-
finish this last ordinance. I
Okay.
motion that we, ordinance 2026-1, that we go ahead and, what are we closing that one?
Oh, you talking about close? Okay.
Appointment and supervision procedures for the police chief. Oh, we go close that.
I
up.
said
we just close it.
Go ahead.
And motion and second.
Close.
There's a motion on the floor. I don't need a second.
I said-
It's been second.
No, you can't second. You made it.
No, he did.
I made it. It's been motion and second.
A motion to second to do what?
The close.
2026-1.
The agenda approved.
Now we so.
So he already closed?
No, he asked for a motion to approve the agenda. You call for a motion to add.
Yes.
An amendment.
Yes.
Need a second.
Oh, I would like to make a motion to add to the agenda to do a presentation from the YWCA. Is there?
Let it be known as there's not a second on his.
Second. I second.
Yeah. Pardon me?
You second?
You have a second? Can we have a roll call vote for the second?
Councilor Moses Whitaker,
Yes.
Councilor Tasha Hogan,
Yes.
Councilor Tavera Stokes,
What are we doing again? Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Jasmine Deloach,
Yes.
Council President Glenn Williams.
Yes. Would you say that letter was gonna be
It's unanimous.
on any presentation?
Mhm.
Is it, okay, let's go back. Is there a motion adopting the agenda for tonight?
Make a motion to adopt the agenda for tonight.
Is there a second?
Point of information.
Pardon what?
Ms. Debbie,
Pardon me?
make a motion for an amended agenda. Is that correct? To make a motion for an amended agenda.
We amend the agenda.
No, you have to make a motion to adopt the amended agenda. She added.
We make a motion to adopt the minute of the agenda for, the presentation.
I make a motion to adopt the.
Second.
Have a motion in a second. Can I have a roll call?
Councilor Moses Whitaker,
Yes.
Council Tasha Hogan,
Yes.
Council Capar Stokes,
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Jasmine Deloach,
Yes.
Council President Glenn Williams.
Yes. There's a motion to adopt the agenda. Adopt the complete agenda now. Go down to public comment. Okay, we'll go. We'll go down to public comments.
Okay, I have a list of people that have signed up to address the council and the mayor. Remember, public comment is only acceptable during public comment period. Comments are not allowed during council discussion. Verbal comments and interruptions from the floor are not allowed. Each speaker will be limited to 2 minutes. Speakers are encouraged to repeat the same information presented by previous speakers. Comments on topics should not exceed a 2-minute speaking time. Groups of individuals that wish to address the council on the same topic are encouraged to have a designated spokesperson to present their topics. All comments must be directed to the council or mayor. Personal attacks on elected officials, appointed officials, employees, and other individuals will not be allowed or tolerated. Chris Anderson, candidate for Jefferson County Sheriff. Please step forward.
Good afternoon. I'll be brief because I know y'all got way more business, more important business to handle than my candidacy, but I wanted to come in and introduce myself. My name is Chris Anderson. I'm a longtime law enforcement officer of the city of Birmingham and several other departments across the city, across the state. I've worked in law enforcement for over 30 years, and I'm here to represent myself as the candidate for Jefferson County Sheriff. I was I retired from Birmingham Police Department in 2016 after being one of the investigators that was featured on First 48. I spent the rest of my retirement working on cases like wrongful convictions, writing policies and strategies for law enforcement agencies all across the country. And I want to bring that same experience here to Jefferson County. I've sat in this meeting for the last hour and listened to some very concerning things that were brought up. But I think the solution is conversations. It takes community for us to solve the problems that we have that we're hearing here tonight. My campaign is a campaign that will listen to the people of Jefferson County to work to make Centerpoint a much safer place. That's my goal. That's my promise. I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of respect. And I ask that you take a look at my campaign because I want to work with the people of Centerpoint and the citizens of Centerpoint to make this the safest place, not only in Jefferson County, but I want to make Jefferson County one of the safest places across America. Again, my name is Chris Anderson. I'm your candidate for Jefferson County Sheriff. Thank you.
Tommy Pearson regarding affair at Centerpoint Plaza.
How y'all doing? Appreciate you. I've been knowing the mayor for a little while, quite a while, and we discussed having an affair here. I know there's some past years ago that took place. It won't take place. We'll make sure and try to work with the sheriff department, have officers out there. I already have a security company I've worked with that will be out there warning everybody. No backpacks, no book bags, any of that allowed. And we have a no tolerant policy as family oriented, and we want to keep it that way. Somebody want to show their tail or act crazy, we turn it over to the officers, let them deal with it. We don't put up with it. Everybody be sworn, and if they have to leave for any reason, which they can, they're given a pass to come back in. Each pass is different color every day. And when they come back in, they're going to have to go right back to the warning, just like you would at an airport. And That's the way we've been doing our fairs. We've been doing it in Fultondale for many years. We started in Jasper, Alabama, and we've been there over 15 years. Our first fair every year is in March, and that's in Louisiana, in Alexandria. And y'all can check references and everything and backgrounds. We, like I said, we respect the city, we respect the town, and we would not do it without officers. And I've talked to the mayor, he knows it. We have the fencing, I got it worked out, and he said he'll work out the officers. We have the location. I've been doing the owner of the plaza for quite a few years, worked with them before, and we'd like to bring it the first 2 weeks of April.
Thank you. Any questions concerning?
What locations are you looking at?
Center Point Plaza, where the Hispanic market is.
Anything else? Councilman Moses? Okay, Council Tasha?
One more thing, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The dates you were looking at?
It'll be the first Thursday of the week of the month of April for 10 days.
Thank you.
That's up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sandra Bryant regarding trash in the city.
Hello. I've lived out here just about all my life. And I've watched Mayor, I've seen all the people out here. But this is the worst I've ever seen this city in my life. And I've lived here, grew up here. My family owned a lot of property here, my grandparents. But there's trash everywhere. I came up here 3 times this past week. I came up here for 6 months and made complaints about all, I've been picking up the trash myself and bringing it to the mayor. And he can tell you that. But I used to have a city council lady that lived on my street, and I never seen her pick up any trash. But that's not my job to pick up that trash. But we need signs, not a sign saying don't throw out the rubbish. We need signs saying don't throw the trash out, and put a fine on there, $500 fine. One of the neighbors is a police officer. He put up a camera. This lady is still throwing her garbage in the streets. In my street, I've come through 3 times this week about a mattress. Now today, there's a TV laying on my street. Mattress laying out there, garbage in the ditch. I climbed in the ditch myself trying to get it out. I can't get it out. And she assured me that a guy, she called someone while I was standing there and asked him to come clean it up. He never cleaned it up. So in a little while, I came back by and I saw 5 trucks right down here across in the new taco place. I was sitting there, but nobody ever came to see about that street. And those apartments are a disaster. There's garbage piled up in piles and bags everywhere. The windows are knocked out. The doors are knocked out. The people are throwing trash in the streets. There's rats coming out in the streets. Something's got to be done about that apartment complex. I called the owner myself. And I don't know what's going to be done, but it's bad out here. All this trash that needs to be done. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
What district do you
Wait,
live in?
wait, madam. Councilman,
Jasmine's district, first District 1.
Every time I get a complaint, I send it to the mayor.
Oh,
We
nothing's
cannot-
been done about it.
I mean, every time I get a
ma'am.
complaint, I send it to the mayor. We cannot advise the mayor's staff or direct them to do anything.
Obviously.
wait, ma'am. Anybody else have anything to say? Ma'am, you have anything to address?
Ms. Bryant,
Sir.
I really appreciate you, for calling me, and you come up here and that's never been an issue. I think you kind of answered your own question though, where your officer's neighbor had the camera in his yard and people still threw the trash out. That's all over the city. It's not just your street. So we're consistently,
Somebody cleaned it up.
Step right up.
we have 16 whole people that do this every day.
Where are they?
They work 8 hours a day,
Not on
10
my
hours a
street.
day,
I don't
and
see
they
'em.
pick, I sent somebody over to your house when you came up last week. I literally sent somebody to do
They
your
didn't
street.
they did not come to my street.
Okay,
What they
that's,
clean up?
that's fine. I will get them, I will double check on it, I will get them back over there.
Well, I give you my word, and you know me, I've talked to you a lot.
Yes.
They never cleaned up one thing. That today there's a TV out there, and those mattresses, it's been out there for 6 months, are still laying there.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we'll get it
Take
taken
care.
care of.
We'll take care of you.
Thank you.
I got you.
Rosie White.
You need anything to say? Or you pass? Okay, she passed.
Glenester Bailey.
It's Bailey? It's passed?
Glenester.
Yes. Good evening. Okay, now, I moved out here, 13 years ago. I was living in the western area in Birmingham. My husband and I was looking for a house. Before that, I worked for a moving company and I.
Can we speak in the mic, please?
Oh, do I have to?
Yeah, they can't hear you back there.
Oh, okay. I worked for a moving company and I sold insurance. I started out doing it at the age of 17. I worked all over Centerpoint. I worked all over Roebuck, East Lake. But two places that I put in my head at that age was Roebuck or Centerpoint. That's where I wanted to buy my first house at. So my husband said, come on, we got to get out of West End. We're going to find us a house. And, okay, so we started looking. Everywhere we looked, we didn't like. Came to Centerpoint on First Street Northwest, one brick house on your right-hand side. We fell in love with it. We bought it. Now, when I came out here, I was told that I couldn't have multiple cars parked in my yard. Okay, I don't have a problem with it because I ain't want it on my grass no way. So I didn't have a problem with it. That I couldn't have a dog running loose. I didn't have a problem with it because I got my dog in a pen. That you couldn't have like gun shooting and all this stuff. I didn't have a problem with that. Yeah, we have entertainment. We do entertainment in my house, but we do it in my backyard and we don't have it loud like that. And we definitely don't do no shooting. Okay? And I have grandkids. And some people down the street from me have little kids. The streets are bad. The streets are bad. I called and people across the street said that they have called and stuff. I was coming from the mailbox one day, and I'm looking at this kid playing with a basketball. The basketball running in the street, he runs in the street. Coming across, if you turn right there by that Chevron, they make that Shell service station, come up, you make that left turn, you coming over here. Somebody coming over that hill doing 30, 40 miles an hour, and that child is in that street. That child get killed. All of y'all can come down and say, hey, I'm sorry about that. That's not gonna bring that lady's child back. Do you understand what I'm saying? We've asked for speed breakers. We've asked to have the holes filled in. They ain't been filled in. Now, I'm a person like this, I'm a fair person. I pay taxes. I pay taxes on my house and all that. I pay sale taxes and everything, right? I feel that at least we can get some speed breakers down there and that whole field.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I feel that because I don't know how many of you all up here have kids or grandkids or anything of that nature. But if one of your kids get hit out there, somebody walking up to you saying, I'm sorry, it's not going to bring your child back. Not at all.
Ma'am, let my counsel respond to you. Can you let my counsel respond to?
Okay, go ahead.
And the counsel have anything to respond?
I do. I don't know if you're in my district or Mr. Glenn's district, but I will look into it. Did I give you a card?
I don't know. You might have did, baby. When I come in here, I'm not here.
I'll give you a
Everywhere.
card or give you my number
Mhm.
because I would like to talk to you more about that. That's why we need more residents to stand up and come talk to us and tell us what's going on, because we don't know. We haven't had anything transferred over to us on what's going on. Nobody told us about the situations in Centerpoint. We're learning this as we go now. We don't know anything that's going on in Centerpoint, and we do need to look into those ordinance and the resolutions and see what's going on and why we're not enforcing those ordinance, or those resolutions. That's a big issue with me.
Okay.
I think we need to enforce things, and I think we do need flashing lights in certain areas where children play. But once again, we can put it in and we can ask the mayor to do it. But what we don't know, I didn't know about any of that. What we don't know, we don't know. So when you come to tell us, it makes us aware of what's going on, and we can fix it. We can try to get it done and ask the council to approve it, or the mayor to fix his part, with his staff. But I thank you so much for bringing that information to us, because that's something that needs to be addressed. And I'm gonna give you my card as well.
Okay.
The council have anything to say? Well, I'm just gonna say 80% of the roads here belongs to Jefferson County. And
excuse me.
80% of the roads
Wait a minute.
belongs.
Wait a minute, baby.
Go ahead.
Wait a minute. You said it belongs to Jefferson County, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, with that said, I called the county of Birmingham, Jefferson County,
Okay.
and I asked them about the county for Centerpoint, because let me go here first, and then you understand why I asked. Where I live at, my house is right behind that
I know exactly.
service station and that restaurant. It's fenced off. I had a chain link fence around it. All them trees that's back there. Some of them fell on my dog house. They fell in my yard. I had to pay somebody to come out there and get them cleaned up. I couldn't find out who owns it, because I was gonna call them and have them to come out there and get it out my yard. I'm 73 years old. I ain't got no, I got back problem and everything. Ain't got no business out there trying to pick up nobody else.
I would say this. We'll talk with the mayor. We'll get that address for him, and he'll come out there and look and see whose right of way it is. If it's the county, right, we'll get the county involved in it. Because I had an incident with a person here. It happened to be the county, so the county took it up on itself and came, cut the trees, cut the stuff out of there. But like Mr. Lowe said, we don't know this until people come tell us about it.
Well, they told me Centerpoint wasn't the county no more.
Okay.
That's what they told me. And yes, I need to get a card. Okay. No, I need one.
You can give it to me. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Please
He's
contact
giving you a
me.
card too.
I would like to talk to you more.
And
Well,
I appreciate
you.
you.
Don't talk to me, because I got a list now.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be short the night, because this is my first time in here. You understand? But I got a list, and if you want to come and talk to me, I will. I'll bring it to you, and then you can ride down the areas that I want to show you.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I've been told that you can't have you couldn't have cars parked on your yard.
Yes, ma'am.
Grass. But the Mexican got nine.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's- Thank you. I'm not being disrespectful or anything. Can we move on?
We still got at least one more person. I have Renee Laverne.
I've already got one, Jen.
Okay. And Monica Shields with the YMCA has signed up, but are we gonna move that to presentations? Okay. And are we gonna do this now?
I signed up. I turned my sheet.
President Barlow, you want to step up, right? Mayor Henderson?
No, she can, go ahead. She was asking about her doing the speaking. She want to go ahead and just do a quick speaking instead of a presentation. Come on.
I thought we
Wait,
approved for her to do this.
Wait.
But are you leaving? Or are you?
Are you? Well, you can come up and do your 2 minute.
No.
Mr. Mayor, come on.
I did sign up.
Okay.
Yes, they had spoke under the, public hearing, but if, then it's gonna be Roger, Mr. Barlow, Mayor Henderson, Joanne Higginbotham, Donna Crago, and I don't know if, they did not indicate on their sheets what their subject was. So when they spoke during public hearing, I thought they were speaking in regards to that, but if they're not they did not indicate what their subject was. So that's why they had not been called back up again. I do apologize.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor, councilman, ladies and gentlemen. I want to speak to you on the resolution 4, resolution 2614, recommendation to the Planning and Zoning Commission to amend the zoning ordinance to allow bars, taverns, and clubs. I'm definitely against this, and some of the reasons are, when we started this city 25 years ago, 26 years ago, our reason was to clean up the place. We had all different kinds of businesses in here, and on the internet we were called Sin City. All the spas and the clubs and the gambling and stuff that we had. So we worked very, very hard to get rid of that and clean up Centerpoint. That was our goal to start with, was to clean up Centerpoint, not just those businesses, but the looks of Centerpoint, but the trash and everything. So we worked very, very hard to do that. Some of the reasons I want to look at, we've been fighting the perception of Centerpoint being a bad place to be for all these years, for at least 20 years, 26 years now. We don't need to go backwards in that perception. But I think bringing in clubs, bars, and lounges, and if you look at the crime that has in Birmingham around those places of business, Birmingham has had to close several of those businesses, quite a few of them, because of the crime issues that they've had with that. And I know that we have put in an ordinance that would anybody that would get sold alcoholic beverages on premise would have to also have 70% sales of food. And I can understand wanting to lower that a little bit, but I don't think dropping it to 20% would be a good idea. And I think you'd be opening the Pandora's box if you allowed those businesses to come in. There'll be a lot of people wanting to come in and open those businesses, and it's going to be hard. If you open it for one, you've started it, you've left it open for everybody. So I think you're going to have a problem if you deal with it.
Mayor, let me ask a question. And then the councilors, y'all have any question concerning this? Councilman Moses, Councilman.
I spoke to Mayor Henderson this morning in regards to some other stuff that we'll go over as far as all of that. But as far as the bars and taverns, it's business, and it's a lot of. I don't after actually speaking to you about it, Mayor Henderson. I don't think it's going to be a conflict once we get the secure public safety and all this stuff situated with it. I don't see it being a conflict with having somewhere to go after work and have a drink and something to eat. That's the other thing that we're looking into. And I've spoken with a couple of people that's involved with this in other cities. Of course, the food got to be a part of it, but I don't think it'll be a problem with the, working with this.
It's been a problem in other places, and I'm just basing that on that and how we worked to try to get it. We wanted it to be a family-friendly city. That was our goal, and I'd like to see that. But the perception of Centerpoint is a big problem right now. It's been a big problem, and it's going to get worse with that issue. I do want to thank y'all for all the work you do in your.
I just want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
From your point of being mayor, when you was mayor, do you see any difference in the city moving forward now and then, or is progressive or still slow? Do you see any difference?
You're putting me on the spot now. And
Okay,
I think
right
y'all been
answer.
working very, very hard, and I think you've got the right heart
Because we're trying to move
for the
forward.
city.
Trying to move the city forward.
Right, I think so.
City
But
forward.
I appreciate what you're doing, but this is one issue I think you need to think very, very, very hard and long about before you get into that. And I know you've got one situation, and I appreciate what,
But I also want you
what
to
you're
know,
doing.
we're only gonna, if it's approved, it's only gonna be approved for 2. It's
But
not
when
gonna
you
be
open it
approved
for 2, it was 1 to start with, now it's 2, and then it's gonna be hard to stop the progress of that. People are gonna be wanting to come in, and then they're gonna be saying, well, why you're not letting me when you let so-and-so, so, and I think you need to look at that very hard and long before you make that decision. And I would suggest you not send it to the planning and zoning at this point until you can study it a little bit further. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.
Roger Barlow.
Does anybody else want to speak for or against this proposal?
They're still on public comment.
Good evening again, council. I would like to address the same issue that Mayor Tom Henderson addressed about opening up our city to bars and lounges. I would like to ask the attorney a question. You know, when we got Applebee's into the city, we did that by specifically saying that the sales would have to be 80% from food, and then you could have liquor sales. And I'm going to put Councilman Whitaker on the spot here. I think this ordinance is to allow him to have liquor sales at his cigar bar. I'm not opposed to that. Would it be possible to amend this ordinance to have it very similar to the way we had, where you had to have 80% of food sales or include cigar bars to sell liquor? Would it be possible to do that? So if you amend this ordinance to just include cigar bars, it does not open up our city to lounges and beer joints and this sort of thing. We spend a lot of time cleaning up. I'm sorry. We spend a lot of time cleaning up this city. When we came here, we started in '99 with the incorporation effort with the grandfather of our city, Wink Chapman, and it took us until 2002. But when we started in 2002, we had massage parlors, the novelty shop, the bingo halls. I know that's not included in this ordinance.
That's correct.
But you're only asking for trouble if you allow those type of businesses in the city. I'll wrap it up real quick. The city of Birmingham has seen multi shootings at these type of establishments. Don't let them in our city. We don't need them. If people want to do that, let them go to Birmingham. Let them go wherever. But I would encourage you to change that ordinance like I suggested.
We changed the ordinance, but we changed it in another version for it to be able to work. We're gonna send it back to the PZ board, but they can review it, and then it will come back to us. And then we'll
I
see.
saw the change. It originally would include strip joints and dance halls and pole dancers and everything else, but that was,
Let me let Councilman Moses respond to you. Councilman,
I'm sorry.
can you respond to that?
I think you have me confused with another person of color. Does not mean to have a cigar bar. You have me confused. I don't own a cigar bar. I have a coffee shop in the city. I have a coffee shop in the city. I don't have a cigar bar. You get me confused with somebody
Okay.
else.
Okay, who's got the cigar bar?
So he doesn't. I mean, I'm just trying to be respectful because I was very offended by that comment that you made to accuse me of something like that. The cigar bar is owned by somebody that I do not know. So the story. I was waiting until we got to it on the discussion item, but let me help you out, President Barlow. So a bar, a lounge, or tavern is an establishment primarily engaged in the sale of alcoholic beverages for on-premise consumption, where their principal activity is seated or standing social interaction, and dancing is not permitted.
I understand.
Okay, I'm giving rebuttal to you.
Sure.
A bar, lounge, or tavern may include background noise, televisions, or similar low-intensity entertainment incidental to primary use. The establishment shall not contain a designated dance floor, shall not permit customer or employee dancing, shall not operate as an entertainment venue. Food service may be provided and may be required as specified elsewhere in the municipal code. So again, the ordinance doesn't read for dance halls.
I
The
understand
ordinance
that.
doesn't read for strip clubs.
I
The ordinance
understand
doesn't
that.
read for any of the things that are nightclubs. That's not what the ordinance reads for. And what we're trying to do is with this council, with this proposed amendment, the previous council in October meeting, they approved on-premise alcohol sales for this establishment. This new council, I think at our November 17th meeting, were informed that resolution needs to be rescinded because the code did not allow for those type of establishments who don't have 70% of their food to operate within the city. The business had already went through the necessary steps to operate in the city because they were granted the licenses and the permission from the city. They already invested money into the neighborhood, into the building. So it's not like trying to bring anything new in. And you should, as you do know, every business, any business that wants to serve alcohol in the city of Centerpoint has to come before this council.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's going to be a yes. They have to come before us. And just like with the package store, there's a complete clause in there of 1.5 mile radius. Just like the tattoo parlor, there's a complete compete clause in there for 1.5 mile radius. We've done I know we've only been here since November 3rd, but trust me, everybody on this diocese, and we all have to not due diligence. We consult this with the attorneys. We don't just make decisions, throw things at the wall and make them stick. So I am very offended that we are being accused of not doing our due diligence.
Well, I would still say, we don't need lounges, we don't need taverns, we don't need that sort of business here in the city of Centerpoint. You're only asking for more crime.
Applebee's Bar and Grill. So Applebee's was a bar as well. Y'all like Applebee's opened up in the city.
I'm sorry,
Applebee's Bar and Grill operated here for a long period of time.
That's right.
Let me do this. Let me move
And
on.
they-
Let
and
me
they-
move on.
Thank you.
Let me move on.
But
Thank
they
you.
sold 80% food. Alcohol was,
Let me move on.
all right.
You have anybody-
But I would still ask the attorney if the ordinance could be amended to do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
What's the next name on it? What's the next name?
Belton Jackson. I'm sorry, Ms. Moore. Mr. Jackson, you hold up just a second. I'm going to let Ms. Moore. Ashley Moore. Are you present?
How you doing?
All righty, my name is Ashley Moore. My father and I own the Garage Cigar Lounge. It is in the Food Giant Plaza. As he stated, we opened it with the intent to open up a lounge and a bar. There is no place in the city of Centerpoint for most people to go. My father is a real cigar connoisseur. Most of his friends who live in this area all go to Trustville. I sat here for 2 hours listening to people talk about economic development and how we cannot afford a police department. And yet, when it's time to bring in business, y'all saying no. Not necessarily y'all, but the people saying that they don't want it. You can't not get money and not open up a business. Our lounge, we have pastors, police officers. I'm a licensed and ordained minister. Young people do not go to church. If they don't go to church, they're not going to have any more code. If they go out to clubs and stuff, then what? We have a safe space, They sit, they talk. We've had communion. We teach chess. Matter of fact, as soon as y'all gave us our license, the news came. We was giving out food, not selling it, giving out food to the people when the government shut down. I hear what he's saying, but everybody's not like that. I've never been in jail. I'm a licensed and ordained minister. I go to More Than Conquerors Faith Church. Last October, I got another advanced license. We are trying to do stuff in our lounge. WJ Christian Middle School, their kids excel. They want to partner with other kids in the community. I have these teachers getting parents who want to set up something on Saturday mornings since we want to be open anyway. And they want to teach parents so they can prepare their kids for their math and their reading tests that our children are failing. As long as we have this bar and as long as we have this lounge, we are allowing our space to be free to nonprofits and churches to do what they have to do. They already trying to do stuff for the community, but they don't have the funds. We will have the funds and we can freely give it back out. We believe in corporate social responsibility and we want to help as much as we can. Everybody that comes in will be 25 and older. Everybody. We have security up already. We also have Birmingham police officers who will assist us. This will not be a place of violence. This is not a club. It is a safe space for people to go so they don't have to go downtown or to the west side, drunk driving, 45 minutes. They're 5 minutes away. Any questions?
I have a question. What's your name again?
Ashley Moore.
Ashley Moore. Nice to meet you. You own the cigar bar.
It's a lounge.
It's a lounge.
It's a lounge.
Can
We want
you
it to be a bar.
put language to what that atmosphere looks like? If I walk in, are you saying this is a place to smoke, drink?
Yes, we
party?
well right now not drink, but smoke. We have TVs up, so you can watch the game. We have a bar. I think it's about 13 seats. We have, when you first walk in, it's the seating section here. It's only 2 seats and a little couch, and then another one, 2 seats and a couch. We only have space for about 30 people max, so it's not going to be a large crowd.
Okay.
Located?
In the Food Giant shopping plaza.
And it's smoke. You said smoking. You mean what are you providing?
We
Cigars.
sell cigars, hookah, and that's it. We have a license to do cigar.
John, that's in Roebuck.
No, the Food Giant right around the corner
Right
from
here.
here. Mhm.
And it holds up to 30 people.
Yes.
I want to say something. Most cigar lounges that I ever been to, or I don't smoke, but the ones that I've been to, it's been a lot of upper class men.
Oh yeah,
that
you
was
have to have
there.
a budget. Like they're for real about it.
They wasn't violent people or anything. So I honestly can say that any cigar lounge that I ever went to, it wasn't a lot of hanging and banging and all that stuff. It was a lot of men of upper class that just get along with their friends and go smoke cigars. So I understand you when you're saying that.
Yes, ma'am. That's all it pretty much is. Most of our regular customers right now, again, they used to go over to Trustville, but this is closer to them. Most of them between 5 to 10 minutes away. And again, most of them are pastors and ministers. I can go down the list. We got about 30 people that came through. We've started communion with young people. They've given young people jobs, people who didn't have no opportunity since we started. So,
Okay. You said
Is anybody
pastors.
else? Okay.
said pastors.
I appreciate you coming
it's
out.
pastors.
And
Matter of fact, I
just-
got one who
just
was a chaplain, and he
Hold
goes
on,
to
we're
the,
gonna have some later. Just hold on. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
Let's
much.
move on to the next person.
Oh, trying to get a license.
Oh, boy.
Amen.
Uh,
Amen.
Council, this is coming from me. I think it's very disrespectful of you all to acknowledge the former mayor as a mayor. When the mayor is sitting right there, that was very disrespectful, number one. My concern is this, dogs. I got a neighbor, got 5 dogs. I talked to him, I think he's on the district, got 5 dogs, 2 cats in his yard. I've been talking to this mayor and the ex-mayor ever since I've been where I'm at. It's an alley back there. He knows about it, he knows about it. Well, now, when the storm came, a tree fell and it tore the fence down. Nobody wants to own the fence because it's an alley. Y'all talked about a right of way. No, that's a right of way. It needs to be cleaned up because now I got my neighbor's dogs coming in my yard messing. They in heat, they bring other dogs around. I just tried to put up a fence around to try to keep them out. They still coming in. Leaves. You all say you can't go in nobody's property from the front. Y'all can see all those leaves. Leaves blowing down into the gutters, down into the drainage, messing the drainage system, stopping the drainage and stuff. Needs to be addressed. Trash cans supposed to be where? On the side of your house, not in the front of your yard. They pass these houses. I see them 4 and 5 times a day. And they can't tell me they can't see them. I thank you all. I don't know. One more comment. I think it was 120 14th Avenue Northwest. It was a pile this high. I don't know where these piles coming from. And there was a burnt house next to it. Mattresses was out there. I've been complaining about that for over almost a year about this in place. Across the street from this house, now there's a yellow house. It's probably 121. The garage door is not, it's been knocked down. Somebody's in these houses going in the ravishing because nobody's staying there. They're not being taken care of. No. That's my main concern. You know, when I moved to Center Point, you know, it wasn't like all this. People coming in and out there, and I got young ladies stay beside me. Trash been on the ground where this guy's dogs came and destroyed the trash. Been on the ground for 3 days. Now I'm having to do it what? Blow it back in her yard. I told her, when I put my mower up, I don't mow no more. I'm blowing. Now y'all create an issue. You know you have the ordinance there. As you were talking about, we was talking about parking in the yard. I've been complaining about a girl 1434 4th way. She parked, she said she's handicapped. Y'all say she's handicapped, but she got so much privilege.
Let me let my council respond before we can move on.
I have heard something about those dogs, and I did report it.
Why are they still there?
I have no idea.
I don't call the county. I don't call the city. Why are the dogs still there? You don't supposed to have no more than 2 animals on the premises.
Okay, any other councilman?
I want to make a comment. Anytime I speak at an event, I acknowledge our mayor, I acknowledge our president, I acknowledge the council, and Mayor Henderson lived a street over from where I live. When I met Mayor Henderson, he taught me a lot about what was going on in Center Point. I've never disrespected my mayor. So when you said what you think is disrespectful for us, he was the first mayor of Center Point in 2002. He was on a lot of the committees. He still deserves that respect. I'm not going to call him. Here comes our former Mayor Henderson. I'm going to continue to relate to him as mayor. We know who the mayor is right now. So, I mean, we're not doing anything disrespectful. So I felt offended by you saying that.
Well, I felt offended by you all saying that.
Can I say something? Let's
move on.
What's your name again?
Belton Jackson.
Mr. Jackson.
Uh-huh.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I just want to put.
Hogan?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. I just want to put this in your hearing. Okay, just so you'll know, because knowledge is power. In the world, it is proper etiquette for us to address a mayor who once held office as the mayor, because that is a position that he once held. It is honorable. It is respectful. It acknowledges that they had a position. The only time that shifts or changes is if they move on to maybe a higher position, but he hasn't done that. But in the world, it is proper protocol. It is a social norm. It is honorable to still refer to him as a mayor, especially in this setting. So we weren't being disrespectful. We were honoring what is really pretty much protocol globally.
Okay. Councilman Whitaker?
I spoke with him the whole way now.
Yeah, okay. You have anything to tell him, Mr. Mayor?
I think that address that you were referring to, 12414, that house was picked up this week with that you sent over. So
Yeah, it was picked up.
yeah, if you see something and you send it to us, we will get it taken care of. Now, if this is the first time I'm hearing about a tree in the alley because you haven't reported a tree in the alley,
Nah,
I'm
you
just
know
not
about
gonna
the
drive by
alley.
your house and see a tree in the alley.
You've been knowing about the alley for how long?
I know about the alley.
All right,
I don't
then.
visit your house on a regular basis, though. If we had a storm last week, I may not drive by your house. But if you call me and say, you got my number, I know you do. If you call me and say, hey, a tree fell in this alley, I'm gonna send somebody over to look at that tree. If that's not a responsibility of the city, because the alley is an easement, we've been over that before. The city does not work on easements. We work on that first 6 feet in front of everybody's house. If a tree falls in your backyard, across your neighbor's yard, that is a personal civil issue. We do not go back in your backyard and cut. I've cut up 3 trees on my own because the city can't do it. It's illegal. I can't go in your backyard and cut a tree. I can't cut a tree on the easement. These are things that are stated by law. So again, let me know what you need. It's always gonna be let me know what you need. I'm gonna be respectful to you no matter what. I understand you do get angry and you do come up and you do, express your anger in council meeting, but you are more than welcome to call me whenever you feel like it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Can we carry on? The next one.
Donna Crago, please.
Okay, the 6 of you are gonna love me or hate me by the time I'm done. Okay, when Tom Henderson happened to be mayor, they had a council people, and a mayor that responded to the residents. There's a big problem here with your group. There's only 2 out of 6 people here that handles complaints. I'm gonna recognize them right now. Moses Whitaker, number 1. Number 1 also, Glenn Williams. You especially do not do your job to residents. And I'll tell you why. When Tom Henderson was mayor, there was a councilman by the name of Danny King. And he was deceased. Bobby, you took over his position as council right afterwards. All of the other council people, plus Mayor Henderson, a resident was able to make 1 phone call. They would come to your residence or to your street or to your house. They wouldn't jack you around saying, oh, you gotta come to council meeting to make your complaint. Oh, you gotta fill out a form. You gotta make a complaint and come to council meeting. That's what you all are doing right now, except for Moses and Glenn. Okay? Bobby, about 3 weeks ago, I left you a voicemail on your cell phone. Why didn't you return it? Okay, now, I know the residents. Okay, you're gonna have a chance to answer. I know the residents. I bought my home for my son and myself in 1998 before it became a city here. I'm this popular person. Okay?
Thank
Got
you.
1 more comment,
Go ahead.
and I'll sum it up. I bought the home here. I've been a resident, greatly involved with the residents on the northeast side and the northwest side. I can't go any place in Center Point without people knowing me. For me being active in 2003 and still active when I am in this city. Thank you. Want to respond?
Can I respond since that's my district?
Can I start off on the end and bring it to the
Can I
district?
just
Okay, go ahead,
respond
go
since that's my
ahead.
district? When you gave me that, when you gave me your complaint, I emailed it to the mayor. Mayor, did you get that complaint from Ms. Craigo? It was an email. What was your complaint?
After I made,
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
What was your complaint?
okay.
I'm
It
just
was a
saying the one complaint
when
that
I
you had.
called you and you kept hanging up on me saying
I didn't.
another
I
call's
said
coming
I was
in.
with a
The
resident.
date
Listen here.
of the
We're not gonna go back and forth.
I was with
Okay,
a resident.
January the 24th is when I called and you kept hanging up on me because another call coming in 4 times on your phone.
Okay, let me another council. Councilman Whitaker, you have anything to say? Council Holmes?
I'm so sorry you feel that way, that I have not interacted with you.
No,
But I
the
hear what you're
residents-
saying.
The residents are getting back with me
Okay.
over where you're at. Residents are getting back with me on you, Kiefer, especially Lakeview Estates. Lakeview Estates off of 23rd.
A brief comment I want to make. Everybody in District 2, I've met a good bit of them, not everybody, but I haven't had any complaints in 3 months. I asked for, I mean, I'm councilman for District 2, but I'm working with some.
I'll get with you afterwards and give you the names of people that's complained to
You're
you.
welcome to call me. I give out cards all the time. I contact the mayor and the president, and whatever they need me to get done, I'm gonna get done.
It's
But
not
if
being done.
It won't get done in 3 months.
I'll tell you their names and their addresses that's contacted you.
Call me. I give you a card and they can call me.
Mayor, can you confirm that you see the email that I sent you for Ms. Craigo and I got a recording
Okay then.
on my phone
Can we move
that
on?
basically me leaving a voicemail?
When I
Can
did
we-
the,
can we
when
move
I
on?
spoke
Miss-
with you, it
Miss
was
Craigo.
January.
Ms. Craigo,
Yeah,
please.
I
Can we
just
move
need
on?
the mayor to
Let-
confirm that he got it.
yeah.
I did get the email. I did report back that that house that you complained about was not in Center Point city limits.
It wasn't a house, it was a street.
It's still not our street, so we,
It is too. It's right behind the Shell station.
Jefferson County maintains 80% of the roads in Center Point. We will turn that over to Jefferson County for that to be corrected. The reason I did not return your call is
Yeah.
because the last time that we talked in a public setting, you accused me of hacking your phone.
Yeah, because I couldn't
So-
get on Facebook.
That has nothing to do with me.
Okay,
Okay,
we're not
so,
talking
so
about
as far as that goes, I'm gonna move on. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the date when I spoke with you is the 24th. What was the date?
And I left you a message. I can let you hear. You want to come
What
out?
did you turn it into Bobby?
You want to come out and hear it?
That's
I left you a
date.
message.
Can I please move on?
I'm done.
Next is Monica Shields, YWCA Central Alabama.
Is that the presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
That's not the presentation, that we're still on comments.
Yes, they did a comment sheet.
Yes, you did a comment, so we
She
gonna do
gonna
the
do the
comments. She gonna do the-
presentation. You
she
do
gonna
the
do-
comments
she
or the
gonna do the comments.
presentation?
You gonna do the comment or you wanna do the presentation? If the comment, if you do the comment, it's 2 minutes. Okay then,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Loach,
you.
for inviting me in, to the mayor and the rest of the council members. My name is Monica Shields. I serve as the executive director of the domestic violence services at YWCA Central Alabama. We were invited in tonight to share some of our services and share information about our programming. First of all, I'd like to start with that February is Teen Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Much of our services have been geared around adults. However, we know that domestic violence is always about power and control. You may hear that it's about a bad day or somebody needing anger management. It is never about that. Domestic violence is absolutely always about power and control. The thing that we talk about the most and the type of domestic violence that we hear the most about is physical violence. And the reason we talk the most about that is because we can see it. But after the black eye's gone or the busted lip or the bone has mended, there are still emotional scars, financial scars, and other scars that are not so readily visible. When we think about our youth, there is a different type of abuse. While some of them may be affected by physical abuse, it goes into other things like online bullying, cyberspace bullying, stalking, those types of things. So it is a part of the YW's mission to be a support to the community, support in those things that help communities build caring communities, caring homes, caring services, and caring citizens. Our services are available to serve adults, to serve children. We have, because domestic violence is such a complex situation, we have complex and layered services. We go about doing community engagement and outreach, which includes training for civic organizations such as yourself, law enforcement organizations, churches, and businesses. We also have a 24-hour crisis line that anyone can call if they're in flight or in need of shelter or safety. We manage a confidential shelter here in Jefferson County. We also serve Blount and St. Clair counties. We offer legal services to those persons who are attempting to get a divorce or have some kind of comprehensive family issues such as child custody or child support as a result of domestic violence.
Ma'am,
So
can I say
what
one
we-
thing? I know there's time, but I want to see, if any way possible, so just month is February, can we bring you back as a presentation so we know we would love to hear all this. And that's why I was planning to Mr. Loach. I said, I really love to hear this.
Mhm.
Personally, me, I've been domestic violence. I know the feeling.
Okay.
Because it don't just happen to women. I know this.
You're absolutely right, sir.
So I would love you to come back and do a presentation on, as your convenience.
Yes.
So you can talk to us.
If you call our number 205-322-9922 and ask for Cassandra Hicks, we will be able to come back and do a presentation. But what I wanted to do tonight is to honor what Mr. Loach asked me to do, is to advise the council and the citizens here of our services. So that's what I've attempted to do.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Are there any comments or anything that
I want to say thank you so much.
Welcome.
You never can put this off at any time because domestic violence happens to anybody. It might be somebody on the live or somebody here in the crowd that needs the help, or one of us. You never know. So I thank you so much for providing your services, and I look forward to doing more with you in our communities to make our communities more safer and to get these crazy individuals that think they can hit on people up out of our communities by working with the sheriff and whoever else is law enforcement here in the city of Centerpoint. I look forward to doing more with you guys, and I will be in contact with you guys. And thank you so much for not putting this off, because you never know who need it.
Thank you very
Somebody
much.
might need it.
So we appreciate your time tonight. And to Mayor Scott, can we please have one of your cards, sir? All right, thank you. Thank you.
Can you get that number again?
Okay, she has some pamphlets and some information, and I can give you one of these flyers.
Oh, just a second. I think someone else.
Oh, you already got the flyers? Okay. And that our direct line is 205-322-9922. The 24-hour crisis line is 205-322-HURT or 322-4878.
You said a Cassandra someone.
Cassandra Hicks. She's at extension 218.
And that's under the 9922 number?
Yes, the 322-9922 number.
Extension 2.
Crisis extension 218.
Thank you.
Yes. And that on that flyer, it outlines what our services are, as well as the contact information. And it's kind of an overview of who we are, what we do, what our mission is, and how our services roll out.
Thank you so much.
All right. Did you get us your card, man?
Thanks again.
All right. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you so
appreciate
much.
you. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
I make a motion to adopt the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Discussion action. Is there a motion to unanimous consent the quote for a stage?
I make a motion for unanimous consent to consider quotes for a stage.
A second.
Are there any discussion? Councilman Moses?
Yes, so this is to purchase a stage for the city. So the city puts on several events throughout the year. And more often than not, we have to rent a stage for a little bit over $1,000 for each event. For the current stage that we currently have is a very small, it's a smaller stage. So the proposal is to purchase, to make a long-term investment into a stage, and then the money will come from the different departments that will benefit from it: horticulture, public works, not public, horticulture, parks and rec, the council's office, and the mayor's office. Will all collectively divide that cost of the stage. And currently it will be stored at the property we have located by the horticulture office.
Any other discussion? All in favor of consenting the stage? Thanks for a roll call vote.
No, you gotta pick one. Somebody gotta make a motion to.
I need to ask a question before we do that.
Ask the
Where we locate, where we put the stage?
It be stored, so we have a building, not sure the address. You know where Family Dollar is located? The side street, we have a 4-suite building right there where we store things currently. So I would recommend for the one that has free delivery from Good Talk Center for $12,345.73. That's what I would recommend.
What it, how much is it?
$12,345.
12,000. 12,000 what?
$345.73. And that's the one with free delivery. The rest of them have a higher price, plus they have a delivery cost attached to them.
I do have a question. Do you have a picture or a link or anything that I can go and view the product?
I emailed a link all about
A link?
two weeks ago. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Should be in your email.
I didn't see it. I went to spam.
Any other discussion concerning the stage? Somebody make a motion on recommend.
So I make a motion to recommend purchasing the stage from Good Talk Center.
In second. I second. I second.
High quality.
All in favor of putting the stage by saying aye? Yeah.
You gotta have a roll call vote. It's
Yeah,
unanimous
go.
consent.
Y'all go to
Roll call vote.
representative.
Councilor Whitaker,
Yes.
Councilor Hogan,
Yes.
Councilor Stokes,
Yes.
President Pro Tem Deloach,
Yes.
President Williams.
Yes. At the motion, let it know it passed. We're gonna consider quote, if there's a motion, there's a motion to unanimous consent to consider the quote of a HVAC system.
I make a motion for unanimous consent to purchase an HVAC system for the unit here in City Hall.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Let's do the discussion. Any discussion? Mayor?
We have a AC unit on the backside of City Hall that's gone bad. So we have some quotes in your packets to get those repaired. We've used, I think, all of these services before. On time is the lowest by $100 or so. So that would get us, get our units back up and running.
And also, Michael recommended on time as well.
Michael, can you step to the podium?
Hello again.
How you doing there?
I'm good, Michael.
Can
Yep.
you,
Yeah, if y'all got any questions about it, on time's typically not the cheapest, but in this case they were. They do good work. They're quick. They'll come and put it in a couple of days. We have used the other two people here. There's nothing wrong with those, but I would just go with the lowest price on this one. And it's definitely something that's got to be done. But y'all have any questions?
I'm freezing.
It's chilly in here too, isn't it? But yeah, I would recommend on time for this one. Thank y'all.
thank you very much. How much is on time? How much is it?
$8,607.
All in favor of on time, 8,000?
We need a motion to consider
Make a motion to consider
the quote from On Time.
the quote from All Time Service in the amount of $8,607.
I make a motion to accept the quote for on-time service, $8,607.
A second.
Have a roll call vote.
Counselor Whitaker,
Yes.
Counselor Hogan,
Yes.
Counselor Stokes,
Yes.
President Pro Tem Deloach, President Williams.
Yes. Motion passed. Resolution number 2026-13. Yes, there's a, that Moses, you want to explain this?
Better read it out.
Mayor, this is authorizing an application for Jefferson County CDBG grant for the Senior Citizen expansion. Is there a motion to adopt this resolution?
It's not a,
It's a grant. You wanna
so
explain it, Phil?
it's not a resolution. We're adopting, we're authorizing me to submit a grant. for
Okay. It's a resolution for the mayor to submit the grant for the expansion of the senior center.
I make a motion to authorize
Mayor,
the mayor for application for the CBDG grant.
A second.
there's a motion in a second. Roll call vote.
No, we don't need to.
Say motion passes.
We need all in favor.
All in favor?
Yes.
By saying aye.
Ah.
Motion passes.
You want me to explain that?
You want to explain the grant?
It's just for clarification, what we just did was authorize the mayor's office to submit a grant. Every year Jefferson County opens up their CDBG funds. We've attended those meetings in order to be eligible for those CDBG funds. And to submit an application, we require council's approval to accept those funds.
Okay, here we go. Resolution, the next one. Resolution 2026-14. Recommend the Planning and Zoning Commission to amend the zoning ordinance for allowing a bar in Cigar Place. Is there a motion to adopt this resolution, 2026-14?
I make a motion to adopt Resolution number 2026-14, recommendation to the Planning and Zoning Commission to amend the zoning ordinance to allow bars, taverns, and clubs.
A second.
Motion is second. Any discussion?
Yes, I would like to ask some questions. This is my first time seeing, well, you know, out here. This is our first time discussing it in council chambers.
Well, we didn't discuss this particular ordinance, but we
Mhm.
discussed, making a change when we had rescinded initially.
Okay, so we're trying to add bars, taverns, and clubs. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, to allow.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me let the professor answer the question.
Oh, no.
Attorney
Oh, no,
Hendricks?
he-
The way it's found in the agenda, it's closed. Sorry, Mayor. Thank you.
What was right here? Did y'all change?
The way it's styled in the agenda, it mentions club, but that's a misnomer. It's not, this ordinance itself that would not allow for a club. If that makes sense, a dance club.
So can you provide the language of what the ordinance says, so I'll know?
I think Mr. Whitaker, he read it earlier related to the
What are
tavern.
we saying? We want to allow,
On-premise sales of alcohol in a lounge.
okay,
Because originally, as it's currently stated, you have to sell at least 80% food for you to sell on-premise alcohol. And the 80% is being changed.
okay. So I'm lacking clarity on what we're discussing. And what, are we voting on this tonight?
Yes, we are.
We're voting on a recommendation to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Okay.
To send it to the planners. It will come back to us.
Correct.
They will have a public hearing on the 9th, which I think is Monday.
Okay, what I'm asking for is the language as to what the ordinance is saying that the city is going to allow. The specific, like, no gray, just black and white. Are we saying bars? Are we saying a cigar lounge? What are you is this your ordinance? Okay,
I wrote it. It's going to be, you have a copy of it, Mr. Whitaker?
okay. So what do we, you wrote it, so what do you, okay, offering the skip, what was your idea when you came up with this?
So to allow, to minimize the threshold of food sales was the goal. Because in the food space, restaurant space, there are different levels of restaurants. And so to do 7% of your sales to be food, you have to have a full-scale restaurant. And that the location they have is not set to do a full-scale restaurant. And so they would probably qualify for a level 2 restaurant, which will allow them to have to just preheat or reheat food.
So you're asking that we have like a sports bar? Or you're saying just allowing alcohol to be sold in an establishment? And what would that establishment be called? If I was to Google bar, what would it fall under? What category would that establishment fall under?
Follow on a bar tavern.
Okay, a bar tavern that would sell 80% food,
No, bar tavern will sell 20% food.
20% food, and then the rest will be alcohol. So they can go in and get like wings and things of that nature.
Charcuterie.
Okay, but no clubs. So take that off. It says clubs, so no clubs.
So the printed agenda is wrong.
Okay.
The ordinance doesn't call for a club. So.
Okay. Well, this is incorrect. So sorry, you all. This is what we have says a club and a bar. So we're just saying a tavern where you go in and you can have like wings along with alcohol. Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion?
No.
So you had something to say?
No, I'm just vote. I know when I'm voting. I mean,
okay.
I do have one thing to say real quick. I don't I'm not swaying anybody voter or never will, but in order to build this city, definitely appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. We need your opinion on a lot of different things, and but when it comes to just building a city, we ain't starting with a bar, not like that. No, I mean, we're just trying to work on the ideas that you have and make sure you bring somebody at the council, and so we can start working on just buildings.
Okay, and President Glenn, I want to ask this because I'm looking at the ordinance and it says bar. It says bar, so it's not.
So bar tavern is the language, is the correct legal language?
Tavern is the
It's
same
the same.
language, meaning you can have dance floors,
Okay.
seating, lounge.
Okay.
Okay. That's it? Okay.
Thank you.
All in favor of this?
I make a motion.
Hmm.
Make a motion.
Making a motion for all in favor? I'm making a motion.
Ask for a motion.
Okay. If there's a motion to consider,
I make a motion to recommend to the Planning and Zoning Commission to amend the zoning ordinance to allow bars and taverns.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Could I have a roll call?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
No.
It's passed by the majority. Ordinance number 2026-1. So there's a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-1. Is there a motion? Pardon me?
We need to have those discussion.
We discussed it last meeting.
It's supposed to be discussion today.
Want to go like we had last week, discuss it, and then we'll vote on it like we did? I thought we discussed it already.
No, we haven't.
We didn't move this to a discussion.
You have to ask for a motion on it now, since we've already.
Could I have a motion on the floor to discuss this 2026-1?
I make a motion to move it to discussion, 2026-1.
A second.
I have a motion and a second to move it to discussion. So let's discuss it. Motion to discuss it.
Can I start? I would like to discuss. This is the appointment procedure and supervision of police chief, right? I'm on the right one? Okay. If you came in and you received and you picked up a piece of paper, understanding the police chief ordinance, kind of just wave it at me if you have it. So I wanted to just start by asking everyone today in this room, if anyone listening at home, to think about your own job. If you were a supervisor at your own job, you're the team lead. You're in a position. And how would you feel if you were told you were responsible for your team's performance, but you had absolutely no say-so in who was hired to that team? But yet you're expected to be held responsible if that person fails. It falls on you. How would that make you feel? For all the time that I know, in most cities, they allow the mayor to have the right to choose. Not just choose, but also to supervise, okay? So how would you feel if your boss has hired someone for you over your direct objection? You're saying, I don't really feel like we gel. I don't think he meets the qualifications, right? And then you're told that you were legally responsible for everything that person did. That's not management. It's a setup for administrative failure. So we have to be willing to look at some of these contradictions. The ordinance says that the chief of police shall report to and be supervised by the mayor. The problem, the same section that then allows the council to hire a chief contrary to the mayor's recommendation. This ordinance says that. It says, we don't really care about your recommendation. This is the wording about what you recommend, mayor. We don't care about your recommendation. We're going to choose who we want to choose. And then not only that, that's the recommendation. That's the ordinance I have. Now, if it's a different ordinance, this is the one that I have. I discussed it with President Glenn. Maybe it's something else, but this is the one that was sent to me, where it strips him of his power. He can recommend it, but what we're taking from him is the power to hire and fire. That means that this council, look at us, take a moment, take us all in, would be responsible for selecting and firing them with only 3 votes. 3. Imagine if you are working with people. I'm not saying that, but what if it's just imagine with me. people have votes already stacked before a meeting. You already got your 3 votes. People who may lack emotional regulation, I just don't like you. I don't want you here no more. Fired. We strip away the power from a man who has been qualified to do the job. We are new here. We've only been here for 4 months. So this ordinance is saying, Mayor, we don't trust you. We want to pick them, hire them, and fire them. That is it. To me, executive, read your handout, authority versus legislative overreach. That is creating a two-headed monster. If you look at the chart I gave you, it gives you the reasons. It tells you what we're standing against, the features, the hiring, the supervision, the firing, what the ordinance is proposing, and how it's already set in order. This is a legal red flag. The state law, Alabama Code 1143-160, requires a 2/3 vote of the entire council to remove an office for cause. The risk by lowering the bar to a simple majority, this council is attempting to bypass state law to make political retaliation easier. What climate are we setting here? Think about it. So I ask you, if you got some prayers and you're people of prayer, send them up so that we can make the right decisions tonight.
Councilman Moses Whitaker.
I don't have anything.
Council Stokes.
I don't have anything.
Council Deloche.
I talked about it last week.
I told you we talked about it last week. No,
But everybody wanted to say something.
What everybody said? Okay. That's we're gonna go it on and but I got a motion for the vote.
Yeah, you gotta make a motion.
You gotta make a motion for the vote.
Can we table this? I don't know how to, is that a motion to make that?
Last 2 weeks.
I would like to make a motion to table it because it was said on camera that we would further discuss this. When did that happen? Did we have a discussion where we were able to talk through the logistics? Because I talked to you, President Glenn, and you said the ordinance does not strip him of the power, but the ordinance that I have says that it does. But when I spoke with you today at around 3-ish, you said that's not the right language. So there's then something different. You get what I'm saying? You're saying one thing, but the ordinance says another thing. I just want us to discuss it. I think that would be fair for us to even form an advisory committee where we can bring people in to help with this. But I just think we need to discuss it. It's a heavy decision.
I'm with the thing. Pardon me? I'm with the thing as discussing it, but this been on the table.
How long?
Last meeting that we had when we supposed to have we decided the public hearing, and you say, well, we don't do the public hearing. Let's do the public. We can move it if you want to table it for now.
Yes.
I'm okay, but I prefer just keep on going over.
No, just a little bit time. It's been less than a month.
Let me ask you this.
It's been a month.
Let's put this in perspective.
Why are we aggressively pursuing this so fast? That's my question. Can we just table it for just a second?
We can table it. Listen to what I'm saying. We can table it. Do you want the language change? Listen to me carefully. For the mayor, and I'm with this 100%, the mayor will have the power to hire the chief. And let it come, he said, that the city council, he would bring that chief to the city council for hiring, and the city council would listen to their avenues of talking, hey, this chief is good, this chief is not.
I appreciate that, President. That gives me a lot more respect for you because it shows that you have a spirit of being a diplomat, okay? Not a dictatorship. I would consider that is good. Where it's the language where we're saying he cannot he can't hire, he can't fire. That's on us. I would just like for him to choose 2 top people because he has to supervise them, right? If you were the mayor, you wouldn't want nobody taking the power from you.
I don't want the power.
So what I'm saying is, can we let him choose 2 and then bring it before?
2. It can be 3, 4 if you choose to do that.
And then allow logic-minded people to be able to say, let's vet the 2 people that he chose to see who was the best qualified. And from that, then we select the candidate. But it's based off of the 2 that he has recommended.
That's correct. That's what I was trying to get.
And you said that
you to
earlier.
Understand
You did.
2 weeks ago when we had this thing when you said, no, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk. I was trying to see, but we could have had this language put in there then.
Okay, well, you said that today, and I
Let's do
appreciate
a
it.
continuation on it. Let's just do
I
that.
I
At
appreciate
the
you,
end of the
President
day,
Glenn.
though, that does not require an ordinance change.
Okay.
I already have appointing authority. I've already agreed to create a committee that we can all sit down and talk and
Well,
work
let's do
together
that.
to decide. So this doesn't need to be an ordinance. It's something that, as we've all agreed
Well,
to
can
do
we do
anyway.
that? Can we do that?
I agree with you.
I agree. I agree. Thank you, President Glenn. Thank you. So we will table that. Thank you.
Let's make a motion to. So,
What were you saying?
so we're gonna do it. They just change it and go back to.
That would allow for the city council to have some interaction with the hybrid process, as opposed to changing the ordinance and actually creating up where you can adopt a policy.
It's a policy, not an ordinance.
Yes.
So that would be a policy, not an ordinance.
That's something to discuss.
Let's discuss it. I like that, discussions.
Motion to.
Can I make a motion to table this, to discuss this and revise this later?
I second it. The motion in a second. Can I have a roll call?
Just all in favor? All in favor?
We'll call it for table.
All in favor?
Go ahead.
Okay. Councilor Whitaker,
So we're voting to table it?
And discuss it later.
Yes.
Councilor Hogan.
Yes.
Councilor Stokes,
Yes.
President Pro Tem Deloach.
And can y'all explain this to me? What you talking about, tabling something?
Put it off to later.
Did you give your vote?
We get more discussion.
Yeah, just to
get more
discuss it more
information
and understanding.
before we try to
So
vote
we're
on
not
it.
amending,
And possibly change.
we're not amending?
No, not tonight. We're going to table it to the votes to table to discuss it further.
Okay, President Glenn, what was your vote?
We're in
Did
the
you
middle
vote?
of a vote.
Yeah, you can't, we got to vote. What was your vote, President Glenn? President? Yes, yes, yes. No.
You understand?
President Pro Tem Deloach.
It look like we ain't got no choice. What
You
to
can
table?
vote, you can change, you can vote either way. You can abstain.
Did you say yes or no?
President Williams.
Did you say yes or no, Councilor Deloach?
Now one.
Well, she abstaining. Yes,
Majority.
the majority vote passes, so we'll have a discussion on, at a later time on this. We will move into the, mayor and committee chair. We now have a report from any council person in the mayor. Mr. Mayor, I see some of the employees are here. Do they want to say anything?
In the interest of time, we do have some department heads here, but just because you guys have been here so long,
Yeah.
is Director Weatherly here? Director Weatherly, if you could come up. So what we are looking to do right now is increase on towing abandoned vehicles and operable vehicles. So in the past, there was kind of a tedious process to get vehicles on lawns towed and everything. So what we've done is kind of revise that plan, made it a little bit more effective for us to get things done without having to go through a bunch of paperwork and documentation. What'll happen now is after a car is cited, you get 10 days to correct that item. If you haven't corrected that item in 10 days, we will return to tow that vehicle. What Director Weatherly is passing out is something that we want you to look at for the next council meeting as far as changing the fees that we charge when we tow, because right now we contract towing with Foster's, and Foster's gets majority of the fees when we tow. So the city doesn't make money off of towing or anything like that. There's a small admin fee. So we like to kind of change that around so that the city is collecting more towing revenue, and we increase our activity with towing.
No, you pretty much hit it, but what I want to kind of summarize is you're taking a look at the packet. There are a couple of codes in there
that the city can look to actually add to the ordinance that we currently have, to try to amend that ordinance to where it'll grow, as far as for how the funding is used, the type of towing, and it will help the department as well as, code enforcement department. We have to work together to make that happen. One of the issues that we get is code enforcement will go out, write it up, but without the enforcement behind them, those cars will stay there and they'll just kind of pull on. So the very last page is one, if you see the one that's kind of bolded at the end, has a direct ordinance that the city can really adopt. On last year, within a 3-month period, we had a list of over 86 vehicles that we were having towed. Out of that 86, in 1 week, we towed 17 vehicles. 17 times $310 equals $5,270. Of $5,270, the department only made $850. And that's because we only charge a $50 admin fee. Rest of the money goes directly to Foster's record. We're currently working on a list that has 39 vehicles that we will actually start touring next week. As of right now, we're only collecting $50 per vehicle per tow of an admin fee. While Wheel Records charging between $310 up to maybe $600 because they charge for the record service, storage, and anything else. So it adds up how long it's there. Well, when the people come and get their cars, whatever Wheel Records say they have to pay, they come across the street, they pay. We only add $50 on top of that. So if we was to go out here right now and have 86 vehicles, and I'm using that because it's pretty much almost a 4-month, 6-month period of 86 vehicles, that's $26,660. Out of that, we want to make $4,300. So who's kind of capitalizing on the process of the work that we're doing, going out here trying to clean up the cars and get everything towed and get in place, right? So what I'm suggesting is that we either add a 15%, 10%, whatever the percentage is to that fee that's being paid, with the also keeping the $50 admin fee. Because the problem is we'll go out here, we'll do all the work, we get everything done, we'll get the cars towed, and we don't see any of the benefit of the work we put in to get all this stuff done. Because that's a long and tedious process. And the responsibility comes down from code enforcement to our department, and at the end of the day, we don't have nothing to really show of how we went out there and did the work. Some cars will sit up, they'll either, and if they stay over there longer than 90 days, they'll junk them out, get a new title and sell them. So now we've lost out again on something that we brought to them. So I'm asking that we revisit that. If we need to look for a different record service, a different hauling service, I don't know, that'll be up to you all. But we need to do something that can kind of concentrate the work that you all are asking us to do to clean up the city, to get these cars and other things moved. And then when we do get them moved, there's no reward in it.
I got a question. Could I ask a question? I'm sorry about that. When they're towing bills, if that falls underneath Jefferson County, that falls under the Center Point ordinance, that you cannot come in as we, because right now we don't have a police department. So with that being said, what stipulation that falls on you when you go to tow a vehicle? Does the Jefferson County get involved with that, or does that just strictly Center Point?
Center Point.
We have that right to go in people's yard and tow their cars. You're just telling me.
No, what we're doing is enforcing the ordinance. And before it gets to my department, that same person has the responsibility and the due diligence and the due process to combat whatever citation they receive. So code enforcement goes out, code enforcement writes it up. People come and complain to you about cars, you call the mail calls code enforcement go do their job. Once it's time to enforce their job, that's when we step in. Now, I've been sitting here all day and all night. We don't have this, we don't have that. The issue is if people will come and communicate and talk, you will find out what we do have and what we're doing. Now, when we go out here, just like the county do, we're doing the same thing. We go out here, we work, we patrol.
Y'all can arrest too?
Yeah, we can arrest.
Why y'all don't arrest?
Because we work in a gray area. We work in a gray area. But that's for another time. We work in a gray area. That's for another time. But but again, when have you ever been to my office, come and talk to me and ask, what is it that you do? What is it that you need? How can we make it better?
How can we make it better?
This ain't the time to ask.
Again, yeah, can we have that conversation?
We're focusing on this right now. So what I'm asking you to do is look at the current city ordinance. And once you get through looking at the current city ordinance, think of recommendations that's been provided to you to make the ordinance better to where it does bring in some source of income and another company is not piggybacking off the work we've already put in. Yes, sir, Mr. Councilman Wood, I apologize. So do you recommend the 15%? Well, I recommend it, but I don't know what's legal. You understand? And I know a lot of that probably coming from the attorney and how that meets, but I don't know who sets those boundaries or if that can be done. If that's something you all come up with and you vote on it, you vote on it. I'm just giving the suggestion to relook at that ordinance because we pull a lot of cars. We pull a lot of cars. Then the process of pulling the cars, however much I said, we only making $50, you know, when they come and pick it up.
What's the ordinance number again? I'm sorry. What is it?
I apologize. Well, I don't have our ordinance number in front of us, but I can get that to you.
Yes, I would like to look at it.
I got a question. Can you come back during the time that we do the city council meeting and present that, do a presentation of what you're trying to do?
Well, I'm not understanding what you're asking. Present.
She's asking to come back.
That's what that's for.
Yeah.
No, you can come back and talk to us because we can't come and talk to you and like, you know, all that. We ain't trying to direct you to do anything.
Well, ask me a question anytime. You got my cell number. You know my office at ask.
But just come back and present it to the council.
You have the packet. Any question you have, please.
All right. That's good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I was actually going to ask Sheriff Pat, him and his chief deputies being here with us tonight. So we recently had a meeting with the sheriff's office, chief deputy, his public information officer. So I just wanted him to kind of say a word concerning the public safety and the information that we get as far as our crime statistics. So, but he stepped out. So. Hey, Sheriff, I'm so sorry. I did want to recognize Sheriff as our current sitting sheriff and give the opportunity to speak at our council meeting.
Good afternoon, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
President, Council, citizens of Center Point. I'm Sheriff Mark Petway. We are here for you, whatever that you need. We want to see Center Point be the best that it can be. The deputies are doing a great job here at Center Point. We appreciate them. They're here tonight. We want to make sure that Center Point is safe. Your safety is my top priority. So we'll do anything and everything to make sure that Center Point is the safest city that it can be. We do a lot of things out here in the city of Center Point. When you have your National Night Out, we are here, right here with you, providing all the equipment that we have on that night for you. When you have your fairs out here, we're here with you when you have your activities. We also do a fishing rodeo out here during the week that we have National Faith and Blue Week. We do a fishing rodeo out here in the city of Center Point. Invite the whole city to come out and be a part of it. It is free fishing rodeo that we do for the city every year, right out here in the city of Center Point. You see us out here doing the parades and doing other activities that's going on out here in the city of Center Point. We're a great partner with you. We're here to make sure that Center Point thrives and it can be the best it can be with the businesses and the citizens right here in Center Point. So if there's anything that you need from me, if there's any questions that we can ask, that you want to ask at this time, we're here to answer any questions that you may have for any of the things that we're doing right here in the city of Center Point. So I'm open for any questions at this time. Yes, President.
I have a question. I want to congratulate you. You're doing a marvelous job with things in Center Point. It's just a description. We're trying to work with the chief and work with you also to keep Center Point, keep our neighbors safe, keep things safe. And you do a great job. And like I told you before, I'm with you 100.
Thank you, President.
Oh, it's just nice to meet you in person. I've seen your pictures on posters, but to see you in person, so nice to meet you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. We're glad to meet you.
I appreciate it. Every time I call you for some advice or God, what you're doing in the city and in the county, it's been a pleasure being able to meet you, and I feel like your success in what you're doing is, we appreciate it.
Thank you, Councilor Stokes.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Councilor Deloach. Y'all all look good tonight. I know y'all took pictures tonight, so y'all all look good tonight.
Thank you again. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Y'all have a
Meeting
blessed
adjourned. I
day.
appreciate
Thank you.
y'all coming out.
All right.
We started off